back to the Nothing's Off Limits podcast. I'm Denise.
I'm Mary.
This is Ellie, my baby.
Yep.
The always special guest for every episode.
Just gonna say hi too.
Oh yeah, something to say about that. On today's episode, we're piggybacking off of last week's episode. So if you remember, we kind of hinted at it at the end. So to leave in the comments what you thought a purposeful man is. But yeah, that's what today's episode is about. The question is, what is a purposeful man? So what we came up with from a woman's perspective, because we can't speak as men, is one who has a clear understanding of his values and goals in life. He actively works towards them and uses his actions to positively impact the world around him. This includes relationships, showing a sense of direction, commitment, and the desire to contribute meaningfully to something bigger than himself. Yeah. So this man's very selfless and very much involved in the people and the world around him.
Yes.
Yeah. We also had some submissions. We asked some men.
Yeah.
Because obviously we can't speak as men. So we asked some men what they thought a purposeful man was or is.
Okay, so someone that we reached out to, he believes that a purposeful man is often taking bold and massive action towards his objective. And some men like that don't have the purpose, have a mindset that is scarce. Like they don't know what they're going after and they're just out there doing whatever they feel like.
Yeah.
But he personally says that since he has a conscience and a memory, he's always had a very strong connection with God. So that's where his purpose comes from. It's his, God is his guide and he's his shepherd. He puts thoughts in me, he creates me, and he just obeys. He says it's simple. And God always provides everything that is necessary for that purpose, and he puts the right people in his path that makes that necessary circumstances happen. So he
actively looks for friends or people to be in his life that's going to support his purpose. And that's obviously being a purposeful man to the max.
Or he believes also that God is putting people in his path as he's going towards what God has purposely put his plan. He believes that people are being put in his path on his way to help him get to his goals or his purpose.
For sure.
And then he said the difficult thing is knowing when when to jump, when to move, what you're supposed to do. But even so, God moves, so you have the purpose, so that purpose happens. And you just have to have the feeling and be in tuned and aware of that sixth sense of God telling you when to go and what to do. And then how it also how it should be done.
And so his whole how he finds his purpose or knows how to be a purposeful man is based off of God and biblical principles.
He just believes that God is telling him exactly his moves, and I agree with that also.
I totally agree with that too. As a Christian also, that's how it's supposed to be. So
And then we had another submission, I guess, about it. And it says, to me, purposeful means to have a consistent intention in all of your actions. He says, I definitely strive to live that way. I believe that a purposeful man is someone who's clear about what they believe and attempts to live in a way that reflects the values they hold true. I think that the other one is also similar, just in a different mindset. But both ways are clearly, they're directly to the point. They're directly trying to get to the goals that they have set without wavering, and they strive to be purposeful in everything that they do.
Just from different perspectives or different values that they hold in their lives. For sure. Well, I feel also from a woman's perspective about being a purposeful man, I'm glad that we asked some actual men.
Yeah, same.
But as a woman who's looking like for a man or looking at men, definitely like your actions and your words too. My pastor actually just had a sermon about this the other day, because we're more emotional than men are. And so like they just like sometimes say things with like a grain of salt, but like we'll sit on it for like 2 hours and be like,
so true.
You said this.
Really digesting what they said and what they meant by it. And
like what does it mean? Or like, and it really does like deeply affect us. So for me also, like a purposeful man, he chooses his words like very carefully, or like methodically.
Thoughtfully. Yes.
To make sure that it's clear and concise, and that we're not sitting there for like hours.
Absolutely. Yeah. I totally agree with that. Yeah. Be very clear in what you're saying. Yeah, and that's what I mean. And they give clear direction. You know, like they're going to give you clear directions on what they want you to do, you know, and how to achieve things in life, and also have good integrity. Is huge. I think
that is huge, especially like in today's world. I feel it's hard to find somebody with integrity and like honesty,
and to be authentic.
Yes,
someone that's authentic as well.
And
like in line with their values.
And
commitment.
Like I feel like just being a purposeful man also goes down to like the nitty-gritty of like, you don't tell me everything that you're doing in your day, but you let me know like, hey, I'm doing this, but like in advance. So because let's say like my partner is super go with the flow, but I as a person, like I need to know like A, B, and C. And not because I'm like micromanaging. It's not like that. It's just like I need to know so that I can make plans, or like how dinner's gonna work, or things like that. I just think it's thoughtful.
You want to know what your next steps are as well. So that makes sense. And then also like to have empathy and compassion also, I think is big. And you know, like how you can support them as well. And strong work ethic too. You gotta have a strong work ethic if you're working to find your purpose.
Well, especially because you're the man of the household, and having like a strong work ethic, I feel like a big part of that, and like showing your purpose as like, I'm the head of the household, I'm going to provide and take care of my family, make sure that we have so that's actually
set. Like how they like being the head of the household and providing, that would be like how they're demonstrating being a purposeful man is being the head of the household. And like pursuing career options, you know, like starting your own business and working towards that. And that's huge.
Because you're setting your family
or just
up
goals
for
in your
success.
what you already are. You know, your work already.
Because like especially like with your own business, you're not just setting up your current family, but it's like generational wealth, like something that can be passed down. And that's so purposeful, because a lot of times we have like the right now mindset, but not the later mindset. And so to me, like that's huge, because you're thinking about like your like the kids that you have now, and then the kids that they'll have, like the generations to come, something that is tangible to pass on the line, just because one man was purposeful in his actions.
Exactly. And that kind of also leads like into mentoring others, I think is a big one, because I mean, if you are being purposeful and you get to where you want to go, and you are, you know, like you start your own business and it's booming, and then you can help other people get to that same spot. So and then also like open communication.
I think in men also, I don't know how to say this, is as a woman, well, I can't speak for all women, but as for myself, like I have like deep reflection and stuff. Like I'll like go back and be like, okay, like I could have been more patient here.
Or, like, I could have done this better.
And so I feel like part of being a purposeful man also is a man that's willing to like reevaluate themselves.
Always. You always have to be evaluating yourself.
To like grow and better yourself.
I agree. That's in relationships and in your work and just in the general
public.
general life.
In general life. But not all, no offense men, but not all men like think like that or are willing to, because they don't want to see like that part, or it's not like worth the time to reevaluate and then like grow. Yeah. So definitely there's a lot to go into a purposeful man, I guess, from a woman's point of view. And I'm happy to hear from the men that we did interview.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. And it seems like you guys have like the same thoughts. So yeah, I think that answers what we think a purposeful man is. Remember to like and subscribe. Leave in the comments what you think a purposeful man is. And of course, submit any stories, topics, questions that you have that you'd like us to discuss on the next podcast.
Yep. Yeah. Awesome.
Have a good day.
See you next time.
See ya.